the real answer of these questions. So you can see, let us see left hand side and right hand side. So what is lacking actually? You can see there is two nitrogen, and here is one nitrogen. We are looking at the both side. So they are not matches. That means here nitrogen is 2. We cannot cancel these two. Alright. That means what we have to do? We have to increase the number of nitrogen in that side, in the right hand side. So what? We cannot put 2 here. It is an inappropriate order or the systems or steps. So what we have to do? We have to put the 2 in front of them. So while we put these 2 in front of them, these 2 is belong to both the element. It is for nitrogen also, and even it is for the oxygen also. That means the number 2 is shared by both the elements or both the atoms, you can say. So you can see how many nitrogens are there in the left hand side, and the right hand side there is 2 nitrogen and there is 2 oxygens. And so far you can see in the resultant or in the product side there is 2 nitrogen and 2 oxygen. That means the equation is balanced. So simple, is not it? Very simple. Now let us see the next point. Now look here, the next questions. Nitrogen plus oxygen, that give you Na2O, means nitrogen oxide. So is it balanced? No. You can see in the product side there is 2 nitrogen. Sodium. Sodium plus oxygen gives you sodium oxide. So is it balanced? It is not balanced, because in the product side you can see there is 2 sodium, while in the reactant side there is 1 sodium. So we have to balance it. So what we do? We put 2 here. Now what we can see? Whether it is balanced? I don't think so, because you can see there is 1 oxygen in the product side, but in the reactant side there is 2 oxygens. So what can you do? We cannot put 2 here. It is an inappropriate order. It is a mistake way to do these steps. So what we have to do? We have to put the 2 in front of them. So what we can see? There is 2 oxygen. Yeah, oxygen is stable. Oxygen is stable in both the sides of the reaction. But you can see there is one problem occurred. What is that problem? Due to these two, what happened? The number of nitrogen increases. There is 4 nitrogen now. 2 2s are 4. Means number of the nitrogen is increasing in the product side. So what you have to do? We have to balance simultaneously in the reactant side. So what I am doing is that, let me put 4 here by rubbing this one. Now can we say the reaction is balanced? Obviously the reaction is fully balanced. You can see there is 4 nitrogens and there is 4 nitrogens. Obviously nitrogen is very happy in his life. And what about oxygen? Yeah, okay, there is 2 oxygen, yeah, absolutely fantastic. It's also valid reactions. So the reaction is balanced properly. Now let us come to the next questions. What is given here? So magnesium oxide plus hydrogen chloride gives you magnesium chloride plus water. So what we can see here, how many magnesiums are there? 1 magnesium, 1 magnesium. Yeah, okay, the magnesium is satisfied. He's happy in his life. But what about the chlorine? There is 2 chlorine, while there is 1 chlorine. So can we put 2 here? If we put 2 here, you can see the chlorine is very happy. There is a fulfillment number of chlorine in both the side of the reactions. Now let us see, jump to the next point. H2, that means there is 2 hydrogen. What can you see here? How many hydrogens are there? There is 2 hydrogen. Yeah, okay, happy. How many oxygens are there? There is 1 oxygen, but here is 2 oxygen, because this bracket indicates that this 2 is belong to both the atoms. It is for oxygen also, as well as it is for hydrogen also. I hope it is clear. So what you can see? So in this formula, or in this chemical formula, we can see that there is 2 oxygen, but there is 1 oxygen only. What can you do? We have to increase here also. So if we increase the number of oxygen there, so what we come to say that, how many hydrogens are there now? You can see 2 2s are 4 hydrogen, and here 2 hydrogen, and here is 2 hydrogen. That means hydrogen is also stable, even though oxygen is stable. You can see nicely again. Magnesium, how many magnesium are there? There is 1 magnesium. Yeah, there is 1 magnesium. Okay, obvious. Now how many chlorines are there? 2 chlorine. How many chlorine are there? Okay, there is 2 chlorine. Very good. Chlorine also very happy in his life. Now what about hydrogen? 2 2s are 4 hydrogen. And what about here? Look here. Here is 2 hydrogen and here is 2 hydrogen. 2 plus 2, 4. That means hydrogen also very happy in his life. There is 4 hydrogen. Okay. What about oxygen? 2 oxygens and here also 2 oxygen, because these 2 represent for both the atoms. I hope the reaction is clear. Now let us come to the next questions here. Hydrogen dihydride, so you can see this one, H2O2 gives you H2O plus oxygens. Is it stable? Is the reaction stable? No, you can see there is 2 hydrogen, there is 2 hydrogen. Okay, hydrogen is so far very happy. What about oxygen? There is 2 oxygen, but there is 3 oxygen. 2 plus 1, 3 oxygen. No, that is not happy. What can we do now? What actually can we do? Here is 3 oxygen, here is 2 oxygen. The LCM of 2 and 3 is what? 6. So if we put 3 here, now how many oxygens it becomes? 3 to the 6 oxygen. So can we put, okay, now here how many oxygens were there? 3 oxygens. So if we put now question is there, if we put 2, I don't think so it is still result. What about the hydrogen? How many hydrogens are there? 3 to the 6 hydrogens. So what can we put here? We can put 3 here. 3 to the 6. Hydrogen is very happy. What about oxygen? 3 to the 6. That is 6 oxygens. And what about it? 3 oxygen. 3 plus 4. Not happy. Not happy. If we put 4. Now if we put 4 here. If we go on putting 4. 4 to the 8. 4 to the 8. How many hydrogens are there? 8 hydrogen. And here also 4 to the 8 hydrogen. Okay. I am showing the step by step how to use a brain to the 4, 8. What about oxygen? 4 to the 8. There is also 8 oxygen. What about this? Look here. There is 4 oxygen. Here also 4 oxygen. That means both are happy. I hope you catch how I deal with these questions. You have to use a trial and error method to solve these questions. Trial and error method. You have to put the values and just see, use a common sense whether it is applicable or not. That's the real way. You can see, again I am just explaining it. How many hydrogens are there? 4 to the 8 hydrogens. And how many hydrogens are there? 4 to the 8 hydrogens. Here is very happy. What about oxygen? How many oxygens are there? 4 to the 8. There is 8 oxygen. 8 oxygen. What about in the product side? 4 1 are 4 means 4 oxygen in this formula, and 2 to the 4 means 4 oxygen plus 4 oxygen. Total how many? 8 oxygens are there. I hope it is clear. The equation is balanced. The equation is fully balanced. There is no any problem. Now let us come to the next, the last homework that I gave in last class. Fe, iron plus oxygen give you ferrous oxide. So what about this now? Is it balanced? Not at all. How can you do this? If we put here 2, yeah, ferrous is stable. What about oxygen? There is 3 oxygen, there is 2 oxygen. What can you do? What can you do actually now? If I put here 3, now it will become 3 to the 6. 6 oxygen. What about here? 3 oxygen. If I put 2 here, now what you can see? 2 3 is 6. Now oxygen is stable. So far concerned, the oxygen is very stable in nature. 2 3 is 6. Oxygen is stable. What about the iron here? 3 to the 4. So you better put here 4. Better put here 4. 4 iron. 4 iron and 6 oxygen. Here also 4 iron and 6 oxygen. I hope it is clear. I hope it is clear. So now let us go with the next topic of today's discussion.